Well, I'm excited.
What are you singing, Keith?
I'm doing an album of songs from Fame Becomes Me.
And how do you have a warm up? Do you
I don't need I'm dead.
This is the worst lighting. You know, there was a time when I would have makeup people.
Is this light only good for the white people?
Marc, I'm like 56. This lighting should all be about me. They're the fucking support. We're here to record the cast album for Martin Short, Fame Becomes Me. I'm Martin Short, and these are others.
Another curtain goes up on a one-man show. Another chance for an ego to say hello.
Billy Crystal.
Jackie Mason kept the overhead low. That's the way to make $1 million on a one-man show.
We're here to celebrate an album about me. And they're just supporters. This group of gypsies or.
And do you sing a cappella? Are there instruments playing, Marty, or is it really all you? Is it all you?
It will be.
Oh.
And so it's very exciting. We're all here. I love this girl.
Another curtain goes up on a one-man play. Cause if your last film was a flop, then hello Broadway. I yelled, I need a drink when I saw Elaine's Finch.
When I caught Cheetah Rivera, I yelled, dance, bitch! Another curtain goes up on an empty stage. Another chance to say, my God, she looks good for her age.
We go from theater to theater.
We're in such a fog, cause everyone's vagina's got a monologue. So turn off your cell phones.
That usher knows Taekwondo.
Cause the curtain's going up on another one-man show.
Marc, I had dinner with Elaine Stritch last night. She said, "You're doing the album. Do you want me to stop by? I don't know if you've seen the documentary."
Oh, he's aged.
All I ask is you love me and like me as well. I'm desperate for attention and I'm needy as hell. All I ask is you want me, for make no mistake that my ego needs support the way John Goodman needs cake.
Started at a Christmas party. They used to start with just Marty sort of singing, and then the next year someone else started to sing, and soon it turned into a whole show, so people started rehearsing.
Last night my wife told me this just before she yelled no. If you need nightly stroking, do a one-man show.
We just started writing songs to make ourselves laugh, and then most of them ended up in the score, right? So then we decided, why don't we turn this into a Broadway show?
And I'd like a new Tony to put on that shelf. So don't be apprehensive, cause Botox is expensive. Just love me, even more than I love more.
I love collaborating with Marty. He's the best.
He's very, very musical, has a fantastic ear. I'm always blown away by that.
He's like having recess all day with like a 5-minute break for playtime.
Every time Marty tells any story about him and his kids and what a great dad he is, I just want to write my dad a letter that says, asshole.
Go to hell.
Oh, it
This is what you were supposed to be like.
Marty's the greatest dad you could ever imagine. The way he is with his kids is really sweet.
He's a good dad.
Adorable children.
They're great. Mm-hmm. They're just great, and they are crazy about him. He's crazy about them.
3 gorgeous kids in a house on a hill. Don't know why I deserve this perfect life. Loads of friends, great success. Yes, I have to confess, I feel sad that you can't make out with my wife.
It's really exciting, actually. Honestly, exciting to be doing a CD of the show.
It's great. It's awesome.
You're pretty lucky when, Marc Shaiman writes you a specific song for, like a Judy Garland-esque sort of torch song.
Yes, I'm the farmer's daughter who's looking for the salesman that got away. The salesman that got away.
whole show, the truth is, everyone wrote part of everything. So Marty is as much part of the score often as we are.
Some men like big breasts and some like perky breasts. And the song could have been called Perky Titties.
But it didn't scan as well.
Didn't scan.
Perky
I like those perky titties.
We were sitting around laughing. What would Marty be like as an infant? The day he was born, what would he say in the crib? Scott just said, big titties. And I just went to the piano and started playing and singing. We just laughed and laughed and laughed.
Look at all the smiles, look at all the lights. I really like this welcome on my bow. I want mommy's arms to hold me through the nights. But most of all, I want those things what's pointing at me now. I want those big titties, big titties. I like big cups and triple E's, just supersize me please. I want those big melons, like Mount St. Helens.
Regardless of whether an audience laughs on any certain Tuesday night or whatever, it made us laugh. Although I never would have believed it would still remain in the show and that we'd still be on Broadway singing Big Titties.
We're hungry, so we big titties.
You think this is funny? We're like this all the time.
The next is, oh, my dad was...
Okay, I'm just trying to make it so that we have a great vocal, but then we say, okay, you know, that needs to be reverbed. But I understand that's the process. What would be the most protective of the voice would be to get the things down, but obviously you want it to be a give and take thing.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just laying that out. You know, it's my job, Mark.
Just right on number 6.
Oh, Jesus!
What are some good, guest moments that I've missed?
The Bette Midler thing was one of the great nights.
We've been through a lot together, all of us, this whole year.
Were you there when Conan was there?
Yes.
And luckily we've remained this very tight-knit family unit.
Do you know who was here the other night? I'll give you one facial clue. Oh.
There's a camera.
Easy, killer.
Can't be mean.
And they're all very funny people. You know, they're all sort of handpicked that way.
What are you wearing? Who are you wearing?
Yeah, I'm wearing Sadness and the Necklace of Tears, okay?
It's very slimming.
Mary we brought to Marty through auditions, and then Nicole auditioned out of the blue. I never knew her before. We've known Brooks for a long time, and Marty did too, so he became part of that immediately.
You gotta get some good stuff on this.
Hello, this is Joan Rivers, live at the Broadway recording studios, where Martin Short has just been struck by lightning in an enclosed building. I mean, he's been burnt to a crisp, like a shriveled up piece of Canadian bacon.
I must find a star or the show will close, and I'll be back at children's birthdays with a bulb on my nose. Marty's big clown shoes fit on any schmucker schmo. Would you like a star in a show?
It is his one-man show, but we all get, plenty of things to do, and this has actually been a real ball.
Would you like to star in a show?
I think the Wicked song is a jump off.
Yeah,
That's like my favorite, the Wicked, because y'all are belting it.
The song is fun to sing, but I also like that it's a little bit of a joke on that kind of big belting musical.
His spirit's high up in the stratosphere. This key is so high. So let's belt our brains out so that he can hear. Marty, can you hear me? Bring down the curtain. And let our voices soar. Let's celebrate because he can't stage us anymore.
Should we talk about some sincere things about, like for example, your track?
I think I am featured well.
Capathia was always the first choice for that song.
She comes out in this gorgeous orange dress, and it's no matter what's happening the rest of the show, it's like nothing is. It's like all about Capathia. And I noticed you're wearing orange today.
Yeah, well, I like the color.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's the all about Capathia color.
Yeah.
Right.
So pretty.
It's been fun that Capathia, has the big last number, the 11 o'clock number, and it's been great. And some people would carry that with a little bit of dignity, and other people would wear it.
Hit it!
And she's worn it, so what?
Yes, I have.
Just one question which I'll ask if I may. Why the hell did they name it the Great White Way? 'Cause if you wanna hit, learn what Sondheim doesn't know and let a big black lady stop the show. Now won't somebody please explain why whether gospel or some blues, these songs are always written by some old fart white gay Jews? It's because they love their neighbors and the way their profits grow. When a big black lady stops the show, yes, a big black lady, whoa, 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 yes, a big black lady stops the show. Top that, motherfucker!
Brilliant.
With technology today, you should be able to fix all of that.
Well, the last song that Marty sings would be a favorite song. To try to write a song that described the real him, the other part of him. You know, that's all very real. We kind of get our cake and eat it too, where it's like one of those songs where, you know, the old-fashioned comedian would always end his show with a ballad, with suddenly a tear in the comic's eye. I mean, and we know that we were doing that, and it's kind of a cliche, but I think we managed to pull off it. It's sincere as much as you can be in this irony-drenched world of entertainment.
Some folks say half empty when the sweet wine flows. Others see the glass half full through glasses colored rose. But when I raise a toast, no matter how small, I'm just grateful for a glass at all. You can keep your penthouse towering up above. Just give me my sweetheart and 3 angels that I love. And let me raise a toast to debts long past due. For if I'd saved, I would have not met you. Yes, if I'd saved, I would have not met
A C, a bouncy C. Cain and Abel are my CPAs. Just got a hand job from Helen Hayes. Jerry Garcia brought a lid of grass, and I caught Liberace checking out my ass. Harriet Tubman loves her Tootsie Rolls, and Moses just can't put down those Dead Sea Scrolls. Cole Porter's mad at Merman 'cause she held that note, and Noah still insists he never touched that goat. Elvis Presley is still packing on the pound. J. Edgar Hoover just ain't need his head make all his gowns. Sophie Tucker likes putting on a show, and Lincoln has a crush on poor Salminio. Al Capone's still running from the IRS, and Jackie O still wants to auction off one more dress. The Earl of Sandwich still one hell of a cook. Judy Garland hasn't peaked yet from those pills she took. I think Helen Keller told me she's a les, but I can't understand a single word she says. Down there on earth I was in debt and independence, but up here in heaven, up here in heaven, up here in heaven, your number never ends.
What's heaven like?
It's not what I'd hoped.
Why?
It's
well, you can't smoke up there, can you?
You can't. And I battled my last couple of years severe yeast infection. I still have it.
Really?
Wow.
So in heaven, there's yeast infections in heaven?
Yeah, well,
but they don't have antibiotics in heaven.
I know. It doesn't seem fair. I say, if you're going to have itch, then you better get a cream and store it in your personal positions because you go to
Okay, we can't use any of this. None of it is usable. So I'm so glad I'm now talking about Calvin Evans' yeast infection because I'm vetoing it.
It took us 2 minutes. It took us 2 minutes